everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You reached Chris Loves Luxe, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you enjoy what you see and become a part of the family. Oh, don't you like how I rhymed? I know that was a fake rhyme, but anyway, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. Today we are going over the Tiny Marvels palette. This is a palette that's a collaboration between Mel Thompson, who is a great beauty influencer here on YouTube, and Sydney Grace. And I love, let me reiterate, love Sydney Grace shadows, and I love Mel Thompson. So I was one of the people who was at the computer, or actually my phone, at noon, right, to click to get this palette. And when I was having slight issues, I was like, okay, let me woosah, let me take a minute, let me rest. And it finally went through, and then I was super duper happy. Here is the palette in all of its glory. It is absolutely beautiful. The packaging, here is the box that it comes in. You pop it open, and it says here, Sydney Grace by Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace. It is super duper great to see when a beauty influencer does a collab with another an indie brand, a major brand, whatever. It just warms my heart, and it gives really inspiration to other people new to YouTube like myself, or even those that are just trying to build their channels, to see something so great. And congratulations to Mel Thompson on her collaboration. And this is actually her second collab. If you haven't done so already, check out her collab with Christian Audette. She has 2 lipsticks and 2 liners that came out last year. Here's the palette. And I'm not even going to open it up because I'm going to save that for the tutorial. We're going to do swatches. We're going to compare to other Sydney Grace shadows. At least I'll show you the rest of my collection. And then I'm going to do one comparison to something that I think is quite similar to one of the shades in the palette. Anyway, I'm going to hush up and get into the tutorial. Remember, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to share with your friends. And I'll see you at the end. Enjoy the show. Okay, everybody. So before we get into the Tiny Marvels palette, I do want to show you the Sydney Grace collection that I already have of single shadows. I'm going to just quickly show you. Here's my first set. And then the second set. And I have these right here at the top. The 4 are her dual chrome or multi-chrome shadows. And what you'll find is, if you haven't already seen a review, forgive me, my fingernail made a divot inside a scarab. But this color right here, which is a beautiful, let me just show you, multi-chrome. You see that shift there, right? That is actually this shade here. I'm trying to be very careful because they're very soft right here. This shade is called Red Chameleon in the regular Sydney Grace line. So that's the only shadow that is not currently, that is currently you can find it in the regular singles for Sydney Grace. The rest of them in the Tiny Marvels palette is actually brand new shades. In addition to these 2 sets of singles that I did custom buy, so I custom made these palettes. I bought all the singles separately and then lined them up in that color order for my own, use, and get a little anal about how I want things to come out. And if I'm making a smaller palette for travel and stuff, I just want all my color categories to be in the same place. I also purchased, probably like last month during the 12 days of Christmas, the Christmas in July sale, the new Chasing Dreams palette. Sydney Grace has really superb formula. Matte, shimmer, multi-chrome, whatever you want. Highly recommended. I also have the Enduring Love palette in the deep version. This comes in light and deep. This is the one in the deep version. So I just wanted to share with you really quick. This is my current collection of Sydney Grace. Just gonna put that down. But today it's all about Tiny Marvels, and I must say, Mel did a great job with this palette. Her tattoo artist, in case you don't already know, did a fabulous job on the artwork. I love the cardboard packaging. I actually, when I messed up Scarab with my finger, it had gotten all over the back because I placed it down inside of like the fallout from it, and I was able to wipe it right off. You don't see it, it's not dirty anymore. So I do like the packaging for that. It's easy to clean and keep clean. I just very much appreciate that. And again, these are some very beautiful colors. Mel loves bugs, so when you go, and I'm just going to quickly swatch for you each row. This is Web. Wow. This is Tree Hopper. This is Fire Butts. Then we have Walking Stick. Oh, that's pretty. Let me just make it a little deeper. I might have to use that one today. I'm not sure yet. Clean my fingers off. This again is Scarab, which is that one shade that I told you that's currently in the Sydney Grace line. Then we have Flutterby. It's like a nice, what's that, like a cool tone pink. Then we have BB. Oh, wow. I might have to use that one. Okay. Then we have Mantis. Wow. And that's a matte, and I didn't expect it to be that pigmented. Okay, man. Okay, Mel. This is Meadow Hawk. Oh, that's pretty too. This one is Love Bug. Try that one again. Love Bug. Now I'm going to go right here to finish. Just clean my fingers again. Next one is a matte Jewel Bee. Let me make that darker. That's my fault. It's not the shadow, it's me. I am not good at swatching. There we go. Then we have Marvel. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know how many eye looks I'm gonna get through. I might have to do 2 videos for this one. Then we have Death Moth. No, you can make that deeper. Bugaboo. Oh my God, that was really pigmented. And then we have Spider. Wow. So these are all the colors. I mean, this is a nice range of colors. Depending on what look you're going for, you can pretty much get almost any look. Think about it. You can take, I love a gold, right? You can take this gold, right, and just like, this could be your transition shade. Use that one. Maybe use this in the corner to smoke it out. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. I'm really feeling this shade here, which is Meadow Hawk. Might have to use that one today too. One thing I did want to point out, I noticed almost immediately, because I already have red chameleon in my collection, I said, scarab, red chameleon, same thing. Then I thought about sponsored inside of Jackie Aina's palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I haven't done this, but we're gonna do it right now. Here is scarab, and what I'm gonna do is write like this. I just want to see. Yeah, I thought so. It is quite similar, right? So if you take, it's a little powdery. This is scarab, and then that is sponsored in the Jackie Aina palette. Very similar, which I had actually already noticed when I purchased Red Chameleon from Sydney Grace, that was that could be considered a dupe in my mind. One shifts, and I don't know if you could tell, this shifts purple just like that one shifts like a pink purple, but it's quite similar. And it is my favorite shade in the Jackie Aina palette. So to have it in the Jackie Aina palette in one in the Anastasia Beverly Hills formula, and then have it in the Sydney Grace formula, I will say I like Sydney Grace's formula, eyeshadow formula, much better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills formula. But that particular shade in that palette is my favorite. So I was quite happy to see it I have it in two different type formulas. It is a great shade to have. So I just wanted to point that out for those of you that are wondering, have I seen this before? I feel like I have. That was where my mind jumped to pretty immediately when I saw the palette being swatched in Mel's video, right? So, and I will tag that video down below for you. It's really interesting, and it's very heartfelt, as she walks through her reasoning and everything behind her palette. I am so happy for her. I have been a sub of hers, one of her beauties, as she calls it, on her channel for quite some time. I've learned a lot from watching her videos, so it makes me super happy to be able to do this video, and super happy to support her because she is absolutely fabulous. So I've talked a lot, 10 minutes actually by the timer on the camera. So what we're going to do is jump into this tutorial. So what I'm going to jump in and do, I had fallout everywhere from swatching. I'm going to jump in and pick a transition shade. I'm going to go in with Walking Stick, and that is, let you know, this shade right here. So we're going to go in with Walking Stick. I'm going to use my Sigma brushes today because I just cleaned my Sonia G. So we're going to go in, I can see it, let me tap some of that off. And I'm going to go in. Wow. And today I prime my eyes with the Hourglass Veil Primer. That's a nice little olive green. Just window shield wiping motions, going back and forth. I like that. And I'm just going to do the whole eye look on this eye, then I'll switch colors. And actually I am going to bring that down a little over the lid. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with why not? We're gonna do Scarab because I told you that's like one of my favorite shades. So and I'm using, oh actually this is my MAC brush, it's not even Sigma, but we're gonna use this brush. It applies very well with your fingers as well, but since I have been using that makeup wipe on my fingers to clean off all the swatches, I don't want to dig my finger back in it and mess the shadow up. So we're gonna just take our time. Didn't even wet the brush. I have a little bit of fallout. That's okay. Gonna blend that out a little bit. You know what, I am going to use my finger just a little bit because I know it can be a little deeper. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with Spider. Do I want to do Spider? Yeah, we're gonna do just a little bit of Spider. Right here. I am always down for a little smoky, right? That sounds kind of funny, but I just want to smoke this outer corner out just a little bit, or a lot of it, the way that looks, right? Let's blend this up a little bit. Okay, that's okay for right now. We're gonna go into the other eye. And I'm gonna do the rest of my face off camera once I do this other eye. I do want to bring this in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna leave this eye alone. That's just three. That's just three. I used walking stick as a transition, Scarab all over the lid, Spider, outer corner. Now, I'm gonna take another clean brush. This is why I run through brushes, because I don't want to mess up the eye look. I mean the eye look with old shadow. I'm gonna go in with Flutter by this right here. Yeah, this is a little powdery. It might be the brush. Pick up a lot. Okay, that's good enough. That's Flutter by. Now we're gonna go in with Meadow Hawk, because I love the way that one's swatched. So we're gonna go in with Meadow Hawk right here. So you can tell this is gonna be a pinky look, right? Go in with Meadow Hawk and see. You know what? I'm going to use my fingers. I didn't swatch with this hand, so it'll be all right. Oh, you guys see that? That's pretty. It's like a pink rose gold. It's got a, I don't know if you can tell, you can see the shift. Can you see it? Oh yes, I am here for that. I like that. These are two very different looks. I know, guys, but I am really feeling it. I'm just gonna blend a little bit right here, and I'm actually gonna go a tad bit deeper. And when I do I'm gonna bring my outer corner shade that I'm going to use, which is going to be Bugaboo on the corner. I'm going to bring it up into my transition as well, just to give it a little more depth. But I am feeling that color. And then when you shift, you see that it's almost like a hot pink, and then shift back, and then here you can see it shift from green to like a purple back to green. Okay, all right. Let me get, I'm gonna use the other side of the brush that I had the spider on. We're gonna pick up Bugaboo and just pat that right here in that outer corner. So what we're going to do now is kind of blend that up some. Just going to tap my brush just a little bit in it. that look. That's very subtle, so you can have a little bit more smoky of a look, deeper look I should say. And then this is a nice summer look over here, right? But then I'm going to do something. I'm going to try something. Let's just work with me and see how this looks. I'm going to take Fire Butts, and in case you don't remember, Fire Butts is that, and I'm going to put it in here. Let's see what happens. I might mess the whole look up, I might not, but let's work with me and see what ends up happening when I put Fire Butts in this corner. And just bring it not all the way over, just a little over. Now I've changed the look just a little bit. Now it's not too green. It's almost like it created its own gradient where it's like lighter into green, and then I shift a little more because I like the OD. I'm real extra, so we're gonna, okay. So now I'm just gonna use a clean, make sure the finger's clean, and just blend that over a little bit. I'm gonna use my old blending brush that I use for this eye, blend that out. So now I've went from 3 shades on this eye to 4 because I used walking stick as a transition, scarab all over the lid, spider on the corner, and now I just put Fire Butts in the middle. So now for this eye, I am going to do something different, and I'm going to take Marvel, which is that color right here, and put it in the inner corner of this eye. I'm not going to pick up a lot, just want to see what happens when I do that. Does it really show a difference? Not sure if you could tell, it actually gave it a slight, very slight difference. Just trying to clean that up right there. Very slight difference because this is like more like a muted pink, maybe. Might be my camera. More leaning towards peach than the other ones, more rose gold. It's hard to tell, but I didn't move it all the way over, so it's just in the corner. So it didn't change the look too much. It did not. Okay, so this is the look thus far. I don't know if I want to do anything else to it, but I'm glad to see how Fire Butts can play with scarab. And then we have on this eye Flutterby as a transition. We have Metal Hawk all over the lid, Bugaboo in the outer corner, and then I just put Marble a little bit in the inner lid. You have the light shimmers and multi-chromes in order to like this palette, okay? Because that's what it's all about. All right, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face off camera and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I finished my whole look. I always do my eyes first, y'all know that. So I had to put my complexion on and everything else. I finished the entire look. I used my Makeup Forever Reboot in the color Y445 Amber. And then I followed up with the new Makeup Forever concealer. I will put everything that I finished my face with as far as complexion, powders, etc. in the description box below. I opted for lashes today, so I did put my Ardell lashes on, and what is this, the number 424. I finished my lower lash line with the same shades as the above On this eye, I put Spider in the lower lash line. I also used, let me make sure I get it right, walking stick to kind of blow it out at the bottom. In the inner corner, not the inner corner, just this inner corner of the lower lash line, I put Fire Butts down, which is also, if you recall, what I put in the inner corner of my lid. In the very inner corner tear duct, I put that yellow BB color, and I think it gave it a nice little pop of gold. So that's how I finished this look. On this eye, I took was it Bugaboo to the lower lash line, and I also used my transition shade of Flutterby just to kind of help smudge it out. Then in this side of my inner corner, I use Marvel. If you recall, that's what I use in the top part of my inner lid. And then I put Fire Butts right there in the inner corner. And that's the finished look. I do like how the look came out. I know I look crazy with two different eyes, but honestly, I'm going to get my nails done with my eyes like this. My mask on is just giving two vibes. I kind of like it. Actually, not kind of. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Very simple neutral lip. I used two Pat McGrath liners, the new one Brownouveaux mixed with Ground Control from the older version, and then I used my Chantecaille and Tamboti lip veil. Very simple color. It blends in nicely so it matches with both eyes, and that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My final thoughts about the palette. I do love the palette. I love Sydney Gray shadows. I love Mel Thompson, so together it's just all fire. I do like the palette a lot. I think that especially when I take these metallics in the dual chrome and mix it with my other Sydney Gray shades, I think I'm really going to get a lot of different looks, whether it's fall, winter, spring, etc. I do really love the formula of this palette. I highly recommend it. If you haven't gotten it already, go out and get it. You can get different looks. I used 4 colors, really 5 now on each eye. It's 15 in here. I really think that you're going to enjoy this palette. So if you haven't done so already, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. Comment, let me know, did you get this palette? If you didn't, what's stopping you? Go ahead and get the palette, because I'm telling you, not only is it beautiful to look at, it is beautiful to use. As you can see, I had no trouble using any of the shadows. Any. And I never really have trouble when it comes to Sydney Gray shadows anyway. With that being said, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.